Sweet. So you're from Poole, and you've always lived there? Or
Yep.
Always? Born and
Yeah.
bred?
Yeah.
Amazing. And what do you do? What are you doing at the moment?
GCSEs.
GCSEs. How are they going?
I haven't been in school for 4 months,
Okay.
so I actually don't know. But after school, I'm hoping to do something with art, so this is quite cool.
Oh,
so,
wicked.
yeah.
What do
So,
you
yeah.
like? What sort of thing? Do you fancy like fine art or like
Anything
graphics or-
abstract.
Abstract.
Kind of, yeah.
Wicked.
Do you know Seville Palsario?
No.
Okay, she's my favourite artist. I was gonna
Favourite
say, yeah.
artist? Amazing. Why?
Just her artwork. It's like proper. It's to do with like mental health and how she expresses herself is real cool.
What's her name again?
Seville Palsario.
I'm just gonna guess.
That's right.
Sweet. All right. So, by the way, I want you to know that this is a conversation. So anything I ask you, you're more than welcome to ask me back. I don't want to
Okay.
feel like
Okay,
you're just
cool.
like being questioned
Yeah.
constantly. So, firstly, my first question is, why do you think that it's so difficult for people to make
connections
in the world at the moment? Like, so for example, we walk past hundreds of people every single day, and
Yeah.
there's this constant fear nowadays, I think,
Yeah.
of, you know, talking to a stranger or talking to someone that you don't know. Why do you think that people feel so lonely and
I
people want
think
connections?
for like different genders, it can also be. So obviously social media.
Yeah.
It's so easy for people to text each other over the phone, and I think to have that, you know, people find it awkward to have like eye contact or the easy thing of body language, and so I think it's something that people like lose confidence in the actual body language of people than actual social media, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I think for girls as well, I think it's like how they present themselves. If you see someone and if it's a guy, you can get quite like, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna say? It
Yeah.
can be something like that.
You feel like you have to question everything nowadays.
Yeah.
Do you think it's different in the past, like for example for your parents or for the older generations? Do you
Definitely.
think it's
I think
different for them?
because for my mum, it was always like she just memorised her best friend's numbers and they would like go around each other's houses. It was that
Yeah.
easy. You know, they knew where they would be all the time. And now it's like everybody's everywhere, you know, people.
There's so many more options now.
Yeah.
Right? Cool. What makes you smile?
Faye.
Faye. Who's
I
Faye?
think this little kiddo, my cousin.
Cousin.
Also my best friend. You know what? You better love me soon. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, my dog Frankie.
Your dog, Frankie. How long have you had your dog?
About a year now. She
Amazing.
came from a rescue. I have another dog, but I don't like him that much
Why?
because he doesn't like me. So I'm just gonna agree with him and be
Alright.
like, I don't like him too.
I have the same thing with my cat. My cat doesn't like me, so I don't
So I'm
like
like,
her.
then yeah, just respect
That's
each
what it
other,
is.
you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. So your dog Frankie,
Yeah.
what breed of dog is she?
She's a bit of everything because she came from a
Nice.
rescue. We don't actually know. She's tiny, so she might be a cross between a Chihuahua and a Jack Russell. I know.
She's okay.
Fuck you. But yeah, she's real cute. But she's just very small.
Amazing. So where is the most beautiful place you have ever been?
Paris or New York City? Actually, no. I'll take it back. Montenegro.
Oh. Okay. When did you go there?
2 years ago. I went on a cruise around Greece, and that was when we ended up. That was the last stop. Actually, no, that's a lie. We ended up in Venice, the last stop, but that was the
Okay.
third stop around.
So Montenegro was your favourite?
Yeah.
And who did you go with on the cruise?
My mum.
Your mum? Just you and your mum?
Yeah.
That's so
We
sweet.
always go. Yeah. It's always just us two normally.
And it's like a thing that you've always done since
Yeah.
just you and your mum?
Yeah.
That's so sweet. I have the same thing with my mum. We used to always do holidays together. What did you like about it?
It was just so different from everywhere. Like, even though Greece is like, it was on like a bunch of mountains, and even though it's not like here, Montenegro was like, I can't even explain, but it was literally like an own little world. Like, it was literally like a world in our earth. It's amazing. I can't even, it was like, because it was because all of it was surrounded by ocean, there's actually like paths going through the water, and it was amazing.
With the breaks and like,
yeah,
amazing.
it's just
yeah.
so cool. Where's the most beautiful place you've been?
I would have to say Bolivia when I went travelling
That's
last
cool.
year. It was just like the landscapes there, similar to what you're saying, it's
Yeah.
just mind blowing, like another planet.
Yeah,
Completely,
yeah.
completely another planet. But I've never been to Greece. I'd like to go one day.
Pretty cool.
You've inspired me. What's your philosophy in life? What do you live by?
Just, I guess like traveling. It's just like making a journey out of everything. I guess I
Everything's
have an
a journey.
understanding
oh my
that.
God. Everything. I'm going to learn so much from doing this with you people. Oh my God.
How many people have you done this with?
20 is
Wow.
my aim.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Cool.
Everything is a journey,
Yeah.
one place to the next. And where is the next place you are going?
France again.
France, nice.
My mum has a friend and she lives in the middle of nowhere in France, so right by the lake. So we're just gonna stay there for a couple of days.
So I'm feeling this whole kind of like nature, freedom, travel.
Yeah,
kind
I'm a
of-
very actually more like urban person, but we always end up somewhere very rural.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And you've grown up in kind of a little bit of both, right? As
Yeah,
well,
which is
having
really
the sea
cool.
next to you, but being in Poole as well.
Yeah. So
Makes sense. Makes sense. Wicked. I'm a city girl, I think. Anyway, I like to think that I am. But
Yeah.
whether that's actually true.
in New York it was very much like, yeah, I just felt quite more people everywhere. Yeah.
Describe your perfect day.
Oh God, this is gonna hurt. Oh, yeah, probably with you. No, I'm not kidding. So, Perufe in London, you'll get stressed out, I know, but just stop it. Let me have my perfect day. But you're not getting stressed out.
Picture it. Live it.
And just us two probably going shopping, getting a coffee, ignore that I'm 14 but getting a fag.
Nice.
Like, yeah,
Shopping,
just real
coffee.
chilled out.
Just
yeah.
the little things, right?
Yeah.
Nice. There's so many people that I've spoken to that have said like the most elaborate things,
Yeah.
and
I just like small
nice.
things. It just, yeah.
it's nice to think like that. I like that a lot. The little
I can have like a
things.
manic day. And nothing like planned out, just
Yeah.
for everything to just end up.
No plans. Awesome. So, you know the TV program Mastermind?
Yeah.
What would your chosen subject be? What do you know most about?
Yeah,
Art.
artists. stuff
I
like that.
think you'd probably know more than me, and I'm doing a foundation course. Oh, you've already told me your favourite artist, but
Yeah.
name another one.
Probably just Pablo Picasso.
Picasso. Nice.
I would choose One Direction as my mastermind thing because I know most about them.
Yeah.
Just fun.
Picasso. Why? Abstract again. It's the
Yeah,
whole-
the whole like emotional side of it. I went to the Met in London, and the pictures of like where he made a mistake on were actually more moving than like his actual artwork because of how he more still presented it.
Yeah.
Because you could see where he made the mistakes, he actually kind of embraced it, and it was really cool.
Embracing your mistakes. Nice. I went to National Gallery last time I was in London,
Yeah.
and like all of the room like where they fill with all of the unfinished paintings,
Yeah.
as well as the same thing. Like I almost prefer them because you can see the progression from the very very kind of like
Yeah.
base outlines to the final masterpiece, just the tiny bit of it in the corner, you know.
Yeah.
I really like it. What would the title of your biography be?
I don't want it to be like too deep, but I don't want it to be like Sidney's life.
The little black and white photo of you kind of looking.
Yeah. Something like myself with you.
Myself with
So
you.
almost like, because even when I have company, I think it's like you'll always be with yourself in your own company. So I guess like yeah.
I've been trying to think of my own answers for that question, and I have yet to come up with a biography title which isn't making me want to like cringe.
I know, but mine's
But that was very impressive. How quickly you came up with that.
Great.
What are you grateful for?
My mum.
Your mum. So you have a really strong relationship with her.
Yeah.
And is it just you? Are you an only child? Or?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a bit of everything as well. Like just, I know it's like the normal things, but like just like having a house and stuff. Because I think my mum's definitely into like, she does like HR, so she always reminds me of like how lucky I should be with like house and stuff and with food and stuff. So yeah, just like everyday stuff is quite cool.
Yeah. It's a nice thing to have that security, like with family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Jealous. I miss being able to live at home, you know. All of that. What single event? By the way, I didn't tell you this in the beginning, but any of these questions, if you don't want to answer them or you don't have to answer them and stuff like that. So, what single event has had the biggest impact on your life today and who you are?
Actually, probably becoming close to Faye.
Why? Do you think
Because I think I always like struggle making mates, and because Faye's my cousin, we've never really lost touch.
Yeah.
So I think to always like have someone around is really cool.
Have you always been close, or has it just been a recent thing?
Like 3 or 4 years.
And before that, just
Before
kind of
that, we
cousins?
hate each other.
Did you?
We actually, yeah, we like despise each other.
Amazing. Well, and so you were about 10 or something?
Yeah.
10 or 11?
11. I was 11. Yeah.
14, 15.
Yeah.
Was it just like classic kind of family?
Yeah, we just always
not
like,
really
cause,
that fast.
yeah, because my mum was busy at work, so we started like babysitting me, and that's how it always felt like you were coming over, and I was like, great, I'm gonna have to like spend time with Faye, and then we did start like properly talking and getting really close, and then yeah, 3 years and Faye's homeless, and I'm looking after her.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Okay, so you used to babysit her, and now it's the other way around.
Well, she's good
No.
to me.
Yeah,
She gives
good
me
to
a home.
I give her a home.
She
gives
makes me food.
Yeah.
I give you money though.
Faye gives me money for like if I'm out with her, we'll like get lunch, and she'll always treat me. But to be fair, you're the one with the job, hun. Exactly, thanks.
But you're the one with the house.
I know.
Very good.
It works both ways.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice. So if you could have a dinner party with 3 people, famous or non-famous, dead or alive,
Okay.
who would you have?
Faye. Sorry. I just have to, okay? You're very close to me. Freddie Mercury.
Nice.
And... that's a tough one. Bit random, but Amy Winehouse.
Nice. So both musicians.
Yeah.
Why, well, first, why Freddie Mercury?
Because he's the most amazing human in the world.
Because...
Just like his music, how he presents himself, he's just a bit of everything. He just like, yeah, he's just a bit of everyone, and that's really cool.
What would you ask him? If you could ask him anything, what like...
And just literally why are you so amazing? Like, why do you get people?
How have you got everyone so hooked?
Yeah.
And Amy Winehouse, similar thing, do you think? Or...
Yeah, like, her lifestyle was a bit harsh. So, like, at the start, obviously, it was great. Like, she had, like, 2 parents and everything. And I think it's, like, because the tables turned, I almost, like, want to meet her again. So it's, like, I can ask her, like, what happened, you know?
Yeah.
Like...
And Faye, we've heard a lot about Faye so far. Because she's your one
she's
and
my
only.
friend, yes.
Nice. Nice. It's amazing to have a connection with someone though, like that, like so young to
and
have
also,
a friend
I'm
like
saying,
that, you know?
I'm saying it's good things because you'll buy me KFC after. It's like your free food.
Amazing. What was the last photograph you took?
Oh, let me have a look. I'm actually quite scared.
If it's a mug of me, don't count it.
It was a screenshot because I was going to put it on, because I'm going back to school on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I screenshotted a Snapchat of people I missed on Thursday. I tagged everybody that I was going to miss that I'm going to see in school.
Nice.
So,
You excited to go back?
yeah, it's so weird, but yeah.
Nice. And well, I guess you haven't got much. Like, what year are you in?
9.
9. Oh, so you're choosing what you want to do?
No,
for
so I've
GCSE,
already
you've
chosen. So our school starts like a year early. So we're doing
Okay.
practice mocks, which obviously I've already missed. Oops. But yeah, next year we're doing like our full mocks and obviously our exams next year.
What
year
have you
11.
chosen?
I've chosen art, geography, history, ethics and philosophy.
It's very similar to what I did. Very
What did
similar.
you do?
I did. Well, for A levels, I did art and philosophy and ethics,
Yeah.
and English lit, and psychology. I really recommend philosophy if you're really into art.
Okay. Yeah, I
They,
really want to do it.
It like they just go hand in hand so well.
Yeah.
And I applied for uni actually to do a course recently, which was the philosophy of art.
Oh wow. Okay, wow.
Something you should like have a look into. It's really, really, really,
Okay, cool.
really interesting. So you were away from school for how long?
4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
It's a long time to miss.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've lost out on that time, or do you think it was needed? In
No, it's
hindsight?
definitely needed. I was, to be fair, for like a month I was home educated, but that didn't work at all. I think not because I didn't want to do the work, but I think for school, as much as I was motivated, I think it was more of like, yeah, I just needed like time out.
Yeah.
But I think when I was like, but because I was always home all the time, because I wasn't motivated to do any work because I wasn't at school. So it's like,
I know that
Yeah.
feeling. It's difficult to make yourself do something when actually there's no one really there to tell you to do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Unless you're really, really into it, of course. But what do you think your best and worst trait is?
Can you give me an example?
So, for example, for me, I'd say my worst trait is actually I'm quite selfish.
Right.
Unfortunately, I wish I wasn't, but I am. My best one. It's difficult to like compliment yourself, but I don't know. I guess. Christ, if someone really needs me to be there, I will always be there.
Okay.
No matter how kind of much I dislike them or
Yeah.
whatever. If someone really, really does actually need me or need the help that I can give, I will be there.
Okay. Okay. So my worst one is I don't know. Can you give me ideas? Because you, to be fair, you always like tell me. Not in a bad way, you know what I
I'm a
mean?
very honest person.
Yeah. I'm quite.
You care too much.
Yeah. I was about to say I do care too much.
And you'd say that's a bad,
Bad thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And then my good thing. Go on, Faye.
You're very understanding.
Yes. Okay.
Like,
Cool. I'll
even
give myself that.
When I'm in my most crazy states,
Yeah.
you just go along with it. You know how to deal with it. Like, you're, even as young as you are, you're probably one of the best people out there at handling me at my worst of
Ah,
times. Like,
okay, cool.
you just know. You're like,
Cool. I didn't have to give myself that. Yeah. Cool.
Cool. That's interesting as well. I was thinking, like, having just sitting here speaking to you for the first time, I feel like you're very, very, very mature for your age.
Thanks.
And yeah, it's impressive, really is. You should be very proud of like the person that you
Thanks.
are already. Fun fact about you. Tell me something weird that I'd never expect, apart from the fact that you're 14. Party trick, anything. Could be anything. It's weird. As weird as you like.
I'm trying to think. Because it could be like it could be like an everyday thing I do. That's probably like no one's.
You could have incredible talent for drinking
I can go like
things really quickly, or I don't know. Mine's this. I can do that with my eyebrows.
that's cool.
I don't know whether that's even that impressive, but that's my thing.
I'm just trying to think. It's really random for like days without sleep.
Nice. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Non-sleeping.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of.
I think my talent is sleeping. I sleep too much.
I wish.
Is there any questions that you feel like I should have asked you?
No.
Do you think there's anything missing? There's anything that you want to say? Something
No.
going on? No?
No.
Cool. All right, so I have a couple of last things
Okay.
for you to do.